Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Goldmine13, and today I'm going to be doing a new thing here today. This kind of just me doing a short little just talk, I guess, but with all of you. You know, he says the guy who's just talking to a camera in his room, but it is what it is. But today, excuse me. But today, I'm just kind of doing this new thing, which I'm going to call the Golden Rule. It's kind of just a thing where I just talk about a certain subject or a topic that either comes to mind or is suggested by you guys in the comments. But for now, it's just me, and it's just probably just gonna be talking for 10 minutes, if I can find a reason to talk for that long, which hopefully I do. So without any further ado, let's get it on. Because today on the Golden Rule, I'm going to be talking about motivation and more or less the lack of motivation and finding new motivation. Because for someone like me, I lack motivation, and it is more or less is costing me. I know a friend of mine is going to be sending me virtual memes, but if you're watching this, don't. I know who you are. I know where you live. But anyway, I'm just going to be going through the topic of motivation. And for me, yeah, I don't have a lot of motivation to do a lot of things. Despite the persona I give off to my friends, I don't really have a lot of drive for just doing anything really. Like the most are especially kind of just stuff for just general my future in life. Like I don't have any real lofty goals I want to get to or anything like that. I'm the kind of person who just loves to just live a quiet life, and yeah, I'm not just the kind of person who just wants to just live out his life and be left the hell alone sometimes, which isn't bad, but at the same time, it's like because there's nothing wrong with just living out a quiet life, just free of just any drama or any other bullshit that life throws at you. But at the same time, it's simple and it's easily achievable by all means. But just the way how life in general works, you're gonna have to go through a lot of bullshit just to get what you want. And my general field of bullshit for me is a lack of motivation to do almost the near basic things. Like I have to, like, even doing this video, I had to talk myself into doing it because I've been thinking about doing something like this for a long time, but I always psych myself out into doing it. And that's kind of going into my first thing. It's like, for those who have a lack of motivation like me, or when get strikes of motivation is very fleeting, I will say this: never psych yourself out of it. Like, you hold on to that motivation for as long as you can and try to accomplish it, or at least try to attempt it. I shouldn't say accomplish. Make a valiant attempt first before just losing all motivation just to do it. And another thing, never force motivation to come to you. Believe me, trying to force it is almost as worse is almost worse, if not the same as just not using the motivation at all. Because now if you're trying to force it, it's just gonna not be the way you want it to be. And things are going to go wrong. This is talking from my own experiences. Every time I've forced motivation onto a project I'm doing, or just doing anything in general, it never works out the way I want to. And it usually ends up going bad, and I'm not proud of it. Because actually, have full examples, like maybe like last year, I tried taking my driver's test because I don't know how to drive, and I at least want to get my permit. However, as much as I studied, as much as I read over the book front to back and back to front. I ended up choking him in the end. Just like the test was put in front of me, and I panicked. It's like it threw a bunch of curveballs at me that I was not prepared for, and yeah, it could be said like, oh, you just didn't study hard enough, and or it's like, or it's just like, did you have an outdated book? No, my book wasn't outdated. It was up to date, and just I wasn't, and I studied for weeks. I just wasn't ready for it. It just wasn't something that I had prepared, and I thought I had it when I didn't, and kind of just like if the false motivation that I say I can do this, I had it, and I suffered for it, rightfully so, because having just a natural motivation to do something makes it so you yourself have more of a reason to actually go and do it and actually succeed at doing it. At least that's the way I see it. Because now, here I am, just kind of just still doing my own thing, and now just trying to make YouTube work out for me. Not for any money, but just more or less just to kind of put my face out there. But but hopefully it should be fine. And with any luck and with your guys' support, I can actually make this out to be a lot better than it actually is. But anyway, back on topic. The way for motivation right now, don't force it. I know I already said that, but I cannot assert this enough. Do never force motivation to happen to you. It will come, and when it does, you use it and go far. So now, but now let's get on to the opposite side of the spectrum. What happens when you lack motivation? Well, you could be like me and motivation just comes to you, but it's very fleeting. It doesn't last very long, and you just end up not doing anything with it. Or it could just, you're not motivated to really do anything at all. Just, it's either because you're just in a depressive state or what have you. Know, just know that your time will come. Believe me, it will. And at the end of the day, what you do with that motivation, like what you do, be sure that you are fully motivated to do it and that you yourself know that that's something you want. Because this is something I kind of struggle with. And now I'm kind of thinking back on it. It's kind of something that's happened to me a majority of my life. It's like most of the accomplishments I've had, I've never done because I've personally wanted to do it. A lot of it's either because I had to, or because I was told by somebody else to do it. I mean, yeah, it is what it is, and it's gotten me kind of far. But now I'm realizing, yeah, it's just kind of holding me back a little bit because now I don't have a lot of motivation to do stuff for myself. Like like don't get me wrong, I have my strengths, I have my weaknesses, everyone does. However, just finding the will just to even get up and make this video and make videos in general is like I don't really have it. It's like, and it's kind of just a combination of that and just stuff that's killed my motivation to do it. Like even with like the D&D games I had like the two D&D games, both Dragon Ball D&D and Naruto D&D that I've uploaded on, well, like the first few episodes onto my channel. Just after a while, and it's just also probably the pros and cons of collaborating with other people. I don't know. Yeah, excuse me. But it's kind of just after a while, and kind of just motivation ended, and kind of it just fell out after a while. It had gone bad, and I wanted it to succeed so much that I ended up forcing it, and when I forced it, the quality kind of suffered for it. Like I forced something to happen that just wasn't happening the way I wanted it to. So, and for that, I suffered dearly for it. So now that at least the projects I was doing with those are gone. Those are basically scrapped. I still have the videos up on my channel if you just want to watch them, but kind of just ending this off. First off, make sure you find your motivation in whatever it is you want to do and make sure it's something you want to do. Secondly, if you lack the motivation and like the times where you have it, hold on to it as best you can and actually go out and do something with it. Like procrastination is a bitch. It really is. And I should know. I am a notorious procrastinator, but I've learned to be better with it and how to make it work for me. However, and this is just something else, for those who have no motivation, don't just give up on things. Do your best to actually get the stuff done. And pretty much just make sure you're doing it for the right reason. Make sure you're doing it for you. Not because not because for any other reason, not because someone told you to do it. Make sure you do it for you. And with doing the golden rule, and golden rule is make sure you have your motivations. Make sure you have that goal. It's a goal that you can achieve. Something that you want to do that no one else had told you to do it. And with that, I will leave off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps me out and really helps me figure out that you guys really like this kind of content. So now, and also in the comments, make sure you put down like whatever topic you want me to talk about next time on the Golden Rule, so that I know and I have I'll have something more that I can put down. Anyway, I'll see you later. Don't forget to Mario stomp on that like button, and I will see you later.